What happened? Soon as I go live. Son. Okay. Hey, how's it going, my people? Live on this new channel, LIH. How's it going, everybody? How's it going? Hold on a second.
What's up, Miss Marie?
All is well. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
I was thinking you probably would have been like a few minutes late. So
I'm a military man. Being on time is late. We always early.
always on time, right?
That's right.
That's what's up. So I want to welcome you and welcome you to the show. You know this is my new channel. So we're gonna hope we get some people on here.
All right.
Whoever thought I'd be trying to do a whole nother channel, right?
It's a beautiful thing.
That's right. That's right. So if you can share it for my people who are watching. Please share it with others. And if you're new to the channel, definitely, please hit the subscribe button. Tell a friend about it. Share it so that we can get some more people on here. So tonight, this channel, Russ, is different from my life in Haiti. Okay, life in
Yep.
Haiti kind of restrict me to Haiti, but this here gives me the opportunity to do conversations on a broader scale. Okay,
All
especially relationships, different points of views to talk about things all around the world. All right.
right. All right.
And I want to welcome my peoples. Welcome for coming in and joining me. So tonight, I want us to elaborate a little bit more on some relationship topics, on a relationship topic. Because I noticed, that's a hot topic. And who else to invite besides you to come and speak on that, okay?
All right.
Now, I want you to elaborate a little bit on what is the difference, or at least you would say, with dating here in a foreign country and the
Mhm.
difference between the US.
Um, there's a lot of difference. There's a lot of difference, and there's a lot of similarities. One of the biggest difference I know for, let's say well, one of the biggest difference what everybody have in common is options. I love having more options, and I'm not just talking about I just want to go to some poor country and want to date some third world girl. No, but options in the sense that the thinking, the thought process. Like me, I don't date in America because the culture is so toxic, and I cannot stand the toxic culture of America and then dating in it. So I choose not to date American at all. I will date any within any other Afrocentric culture, whether it be Dominican Republic, whether it be Afro Latina or Brazilian. But I just can't do American culture because the thought process, the conversations, how people look at the family structure. And American culture, they keep telling you up is down is up, left is right is left. Everything goes. You got a man who cuts his genitals off and he wins, an award as female of the year. I mean, just crazy shit. You got a white lady who, Rachel Dolezal, who decides she wants to live as a black woman, has black sons, marry a black man, takes on that struggle, and they wanted to roast her, hang her. which you know, and I remember Chris Rock made a joke one time. He said, and he said to his white audience, he says, nobody, he says, my wife, he says, no, he says, none of y'all want to be me. He says, and I'm a rich black man, and everybody laughed. But here it is, somebody who wants to take on that identity because, you know, being a black woman, being a black man in the United States, you know, it ain't easy, and that's just the truth. But and not to veer off topic, but that's one of the reasons, because the culture is so toxic to me. I don't like doing conversations, you know, where we got to talk about politics and Trump and all. It's just crazy. I like understanding that people have a much more what I call sensible idea of what a man and a woman is, what the relationship is. I had a friend who almost found himself in trouble because he lived in Florida. His 12-year-old son came home and told his father that the teacher said, hey, you don't have to call your mommy and daddy, you know, mommy and daddy, you know, that you could just call them by their first name because, you know, that stereotypes them. And he went up there and raised hell. They had to call the police on him. So, like I said, that whole American atmosphere, that whole American conversation about relationships and you know, the competition with men and women, I just can't do it. So I just do not date within the American culture at all. It's just not for me. It's just too toxic.
Okay. Do you think that the difference with dating a woman in a foreign country and dating in the United States, do you think it's the level of education? We're just going to start, because being a foreign woman myself, I know exactly what you're talking about, okay? You get a whole lot more as a man from a foreign woman.
Right.
But then, is it okay to condemn working women? Because can you compare a woman in the DR or in Haiti, Brazil, to a woman that is in America and Canada that's in a moving environment where everybody have to work, where it takes two income to run a household?
Yeah, but see, I think that's where people get themselves in trouble when they start comparing. You know, you can't compare an apple to a car. You can't compare a watermelon to a blender. You know, I don't do that comparison. I choose to remove myself out of a toxic situation, basically called the Matrix, America. So I choose to move myself out of that toxic out of that toxic atmosphere. Where for me, I think in relationships, especially within our community, you starting off in the rear. You starting off in the rear, you know. So and I just feel when I am talking with even people who don't even speak my language, you know, people who don't even speak my language, you know, we using the Google Translator or hand signs or whatever. It's just more relaxed. And I love that they still look at that nucleus family as something to aspire to, as opposed to something to reject. So for me, like I said, the conversation is different, the feelings are different, how we look at family structure. For me, that's very important. That's very important. So, I like I said, it for me, I get more out of it dating outside of the American culture than within the American culture.
Well, the crazy thing is, Russ, everyone wants to be in America. Now, everyone wants to go to America. Everyone copy America, whether it be men or women. Now, for you to be an American, to say all that you have to say about America, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay for you to condemn women that are working women when they have different responsibilities than the women who are not?
No, believe me, I am Miss Maria. I'm not condemning working women of America. You know, but they tell, but society tells working women in America, you can have it all. You can have the high paying job. You can have the husband. You can have the kids. You can have it all, and you can't. I'm sorry. Just like a man can't have it all either. You cannot have it all because,
please share the live. Share the live, you all. Let's get some more people on the live. Why do you say that you can't have it all?
Because a lot of working women feel guilty sometimes that because they're at work for 8, 10, 12 hours a day, as opposed to being home with their kid who got the nanny, who's the nanny or a neighbor or the daycare center is raising your child, as opposed to you being home raising your child. So either you're going to have that, and I'm not saying you won't produce a productive family, but the family structure, family's closeness is people, in other cultures you see people, three families live in a house and they all get along. In America, you can't even get the same family to get along, the same brothers and sisters. So that's why I say you can't have it all. Like in my situation, I'm raising a daughter here. My girl's at home. My mother-in-law, I hired her basically as the nanny, housekeeper, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So my girl's around my son all the time. Now, sometimes my daughter all the time, but like today I had my daughter by myself because, my mother-in-law, she had to take care of things. My girl had to go out. But there's blood with my daughter 24/7. 24/7. All things she knows is growing to be love, love, love. Either I'm with my daddy, I'm with my mother, I'm with my grandma, I'm with my auntie. That builds that family structure. When you've been raised by your nanny or your latchkey kids, here's a key, you put it around the kid's neck when they 12, 13 years old, they come home, they know the routine. They don't see their parents till like 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night because a lot of them trying to put that overtime in, make that extra money, or one parent got that double job. It breaks down that family structure. And that's why I say you cannot have it all. Just like with men can't have it all either. You can't say, I want that strong family, and your ass is gone for 14 hours a day. You can't have it all. You can't have it all either. You got to have to put that time in with your children, with your girl, if you want to build that strong family situation. So nobody can have it all. Life is just not meant that way. And I think that American dream is the American lie.
Wow. That's very, now that you break it down like that, it's true. No one can have it all.
No.
You really can't. So are you more on the side where you encouraging more and more people to travel abroad and to live abroad? Is the living, because I know living in Haiti is so much different.
Mm-hmm.
You have the ability to actually have that family structure, the family life. Life is more life, okay? But what I don't like is the fact that a lot of women, right, especially in America, to me, are being judged by most men, okay, because of the situation which they're in. And it's like, is you damned if you do and you damned if you don't, Russ, because most of the time it's not easy for you to allow your man to be the only one working.
No,
you have to work right along with him in order to meet the bills of the house. Okay.
Very true. Very true. And that's why I encourage men and women to get their passport. I'm like a Pied Piper. I'm trying to play Pied Piper, Moses, whatever you want to call me, to lead people out and come onto the promised land. I like the fact that I don't have to work 2 and 3 jobs to hold down my family. My girl don't work. I told her she ain't got to work. Take care of the family. I provide everything. Everything she want is there. Everything my baby needs is there. We taking care of her mother, which makes my job easier because she's always, her and her mother's real close, so she's always worried about her mother. But now her mother has steady income. That makes her stress less, that she can concentrate on my daughter. During the 1940s, 50s, 60s, men used to work one job and earn enough to take care of their families, and that was appreciated. And that was the American dream, and that's what everybody aspired to. And then things just got turned upside down. During World War II, that happened. Women went to work, start seeing that money, and once money coming into play, it blurs the lines. And since then, since we're the end of World War II, when women was in there, those factories, building those bombs, bringing home that paycheck, when the men came back home, it's like, all right, no, I got this, time to stay home. Ladies used to, hey, listen, I'm a boss now. I'm used to having my own money. I'm not doing this. And now, like I said, you can't even work one job and take care of your family. You can't even work one job and take care of your family. And you're apart so many times that most couples just do what? America and the divorce rate is over 50%. So they just say, hey, listen, we're apart so much. If I'm apart from you 12, 13 hours a day, what the hell's the sense of us staying together? Except for economics, which you got people doing that scenario, because now only thing you're doing is making each other miserable. So so that's why I say having that option outside of America, being able to bring in that American dollar and support your family the way you want to support them, to me, there's no other choice.
My brother, divorce rate is over 80% in the US. And as I read more, all right, they're saying that more than half of the divorce is initiated by women.
Yeah.
Y'all share the life. And I know a lot of men consider women home wreckers. Why do you think? Why do you think that most of the divorces is initiated by women? And what role does men play in that?
I think there's multiple layers in that, like an onion. Like I said, anytime money comes in, is always blurs the line. Just speaking within the African American community, with the women, you got more women with degrees. I'm not talking like just bachelors. I'm talking masters, doctrines, that outpace men by by a sea view. And now there's a lot of factors with that. There's a lot of factors with men going to jail trying to support their families, or whether they in the pharmaceutical business or what was happening in the 70s with the Clinton, hard on crime and all that craziness. But the thing is, now you got a lot of women who are educated, who are bosses, who like, listen, you make $40,000 a year. I make 200. I ain't got to listen to you. You got a couple of babies. Well, thank you for the babies, but get out. I don't need you. And I hear more women, and this only happens in our community. Like even my mother had to check her one day, where she tells, well, you got these women telling their sons, I'm your mother and father too. What kind of, that is a sick comment to tell your child, because you're telling that son that, hey, you're not necessary as long as you got a mother. So what does the son do? He gets older, he make a baby, and he breaks camp. So like I said, there's a whole lot of layers to that, But I'm telling you, once that money got introduced to, that this is where the power is at, because it's a power structure. The lady's like, man comes home from work, worked all day. The lady done worked all day. He's like, baby, what are you gonna cook? I cook. I worked as hard as you do. You goddamn cook. There's that competition that goes on. So there's a lot of layers to that, baby. A lot of layers. And and honestly, the longer time goes on, it gets more and more complicated, because now you got there's a big push in America for all this LGBT community and just crazy shit going on in America. I can't.
But a lot of the divorces that's initiated, Russ, is initiated due to infidelity. All right, infidelity.
And money.
Now,
and money.
Money too. But dating abroad, I know a lot of guys who enjoy dating abroad. Okay, you have women abroad pretty much. You all please share the life. I don't know how to word this, okay? From what I've observed, Russ, women here are more they will put up with certain things because of the situation that they're in.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, in that situation, most men is going to feel like a king,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
Because you are the breadwinner, you are their only hope. So they're not gonna ever go against you or do something that they're not supposed to do, which will make you unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
In these foreign countries, you're gonna get treated like a king. But keep in mind, most of them, their ultimate goal being with you is to get that US passport. Am I correct?
It depends on who they are, because if they're with me, they'll never get a U.S. passport because I don't plan on moving back to the U.S. So with me, and a
But
lot of
in their mind, do you really think, Russ, in their mind that that is what they're thinking?
yeah, that's what they're thinking. If they're dating a foreigner that he lives in America, she lives in Haiti or DR or Thailand or Philippines, and he has no plans on actually becoming an expat, then yeah, of course that's in their mind. But if you're dating, and I know a lot of expats, if you're dating a person who lives here, you already know. Listen, I live here. I ain't going back there. You ain't gonna get that coveted green card. But surely, like you said, there are a lot of women who do want that coveted green card, who want that coveted passport, so that they can become a U.S. citizen and do what? Work and make money, help take care of the family, all that. But everything keeps coming back to what? The money.
Okay, so but does the dynamic change once they get out of DR, once
Most
they
yes,
get out of
absolutely.
Haiti?
Absolutely, because it comes back to what I said before. Options. A woman going to a woman from DR, right, or Thailand or wherever in
Mhm.
the world, going to America. Now she has more options than the guy that goes to those places. It
Mm.
switches camps, and because let's say this lady is attractive, beautiful lady who wants more, who has that hunger. She gets to America. In her country, she may have been a 5. In America, she may be a 9. And now, guess what people are doing? Whispering in her ear. Guess what other people are doing from her country? Saying, hey, listen, this is what you got to do. You ain't got to take this. You ain't got to do this. You ain't got to do that. You're not in DR no more. You're not in Thailand no more. She got everybody in those ears saying, hey, listen, just satisfy those 3 or 5 years or whatever immigration said you have to satisfy and get your ticket. And guess what she does? I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm telling
So
you, it comes down to the
so
money.
Russ, do you agree, getting it straight, that most men that think they're going abroad to find love, you could very well be accepted, tolerated, but do you genuinely think that you are loved there? Is it a love relationship?
I
Or
think
are you being accepted because you meet a need?
I think there's more acceptance than there is love. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
let's say if you're miserable at home, you can't even you can't get a date, or you refuse to date, or it's just too convoluted for you, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and you basically just go home, watch TV every night. Now you move overseas, you have an opportunity, you got good income, or you work remotely, and now all these women telling you how awesome you are, how much of a king you are. My options are vast now. That of course is enticing. That is almost like a, a elixir of of toxins going off in your head. Like, damn, you're this, you're that. So everything that you were thinking and feeling in America, you say it was all a lie, because these women over here, and because you are an American, because they know you got access to cash and on a steady level, they're telling you how much of a king you are. So, hey, what choice is the person going to make? And not only for the men, but also for the women. Women come over to DR. and they do the same thing. They do the same thing. Whether the older women or younger women, they come over here and do the exact same thing. So it doesn't even make a difference about gender. It makes a difference about how do I feel happier? Now, my girl at home, she may not love me. You know, she tell me she love me, but as long as she shows and demonstrates the respect in my household, she take care of my daughter. Whether she loves me with all her heart, I quite honestly, I'm just be honest, I don't give a shit. I married for love before. It didn't work out. So right now, I just want peace. I want happiness. I want my daughter to grow up in a loving household with two parents. So everything else, that whole love for me is overrated anyway. And I'm just gonna be honest. And maybe it's because I'm my age, I'm a little bit more cynical. But my
The
thing,
older you get, the more grounded you are. And the
absolutely,
more you learn in life, period. The more you learn.
yeah. I don't
And
chase,
mm-hmm.
I don't chase that word love. I think it's used too much, because people love you until now. If you want unconditional
Mm-hmm.
love, that's your parents. That's your God. But somebody that ain't my blood, that I wasn't raised with in the same household, people gonna love you until.
Facts. That's right. So I want to welcome everyone in the chat: Miss Trinina, Arlene, Silverado, Stallion, Haitian Warrior King, Chris Worldwide Adventures. Stallion says since 1972, everyone have had to work two jobs. This the year the U.S. went off the gold standards. The dollar really started to lose purchasing power. Now, I know up here, Stallion says, I'm forming a haters club against Russell. He is living the Hugh Hefner life.
That's my boy
So,
Stallion. I love him. That's my brother. That's my brother. I love
one
Stallion.
of the things, too, that if you've yet to give this live a like, you all give the live a like. One of the things that I'm seeing is the culture difference, okay?
Mhm.
A lot of women that were born under Western standards, okay, such as myself and many others, right? But
Mhm.
Haiti have some Western standards, but I see a twist of things. Women were raised different, okay? When you
Mhm.
start going to Africa, you start doing different things. And I try to spend time studying different cultures, okay? These women are like so different. They're nothing like how I was raised, okay? You
Mhm.
seeing African women are okay with their husband having two or three wives,
Right. And,
okay?
but
And
what's
that's
wrong?
the problem too. Most men get exposed to that, right? However, they're not seeing that the women that was raised in your culture, in your area, do not have the same beliefs.
Yeah, but you
They
got to
weren't
remember.
raised in the same culture.
True, but but remember, it has worked for a lot of African countries like this for centuries, for centuries. Let me tell you, until the European Christians brought this religion to Africa, where they basically, said, let's pray together, right? So before the African closed his eyes, he had the land, and he had his culture. When he opened up his eyes, he didn't have his culture and he didn't have his land anymore. So who's to say, because because I'm taken out from where my roots originate and brought to a country where they saying, hey, listen, only one husband, one wife. But and even in the Bible that people try to preach about, it talks about King David, who had many wives and concubines. So there are a lot of other notable people in in the Bible. But yet somebody going to tell you that, listen, the same people that's telling you this standard of living, like one person, one wife, they don't even believe it they damn selves. The same people who's preaching this crap to you don't even believe it themselves. And when you have centuries old of African people living in Africa, having, living a polygamous lifestyle, having as many wives as you can afford to take care of. I'm not talking about guys just going out there and sleeping with this person, this person, this person. No, as many wives as you can afford to take care, and it works. Who's to say what religion, or who's to say what standard is better?
But hold on, let's go. Hold on, Russ. Maya said something. She says if the father was in the picture, the son would know who he is, and the mother wouldn't have to say that. A lot of men want king status, but they are not kings.
True.
Okay.
True.
A man is created. Okay, we want to accept part of the Bible that fits our lifestyle. Okay. But the Bible also says that a man shall lead, right? That the man is the hunter. The man takes care of the house. Men don't have kids and turn around and leave the household. Men
Facts.
is supposed to take care of his wife, right?
Facts.
Well, you have a lot of, this is where a lot of the issues come in at, Russell. You have a lot of men today who are, let's just be honest, okay? They are pookies, okay? They do not want the responsibility of taking care of a household, yet want king treatment.
Yeah.
And in that aspect, women now have to be the ones to go out to meet the household halfway. And you're right. If a woman have to work to assist to an extent, there's a level of respect that should be given. And that's where the problem come in at with a lot of men. Men thinks that you all please share the live with others. And if you have yet to subscribe to LIH Voice, please do so. You all share it with others. A lot of men seem to think, and ladies, do not be upset with this, okay? But a lot of men seem to think that it's the money that's the problem. Most women we want to be settled down. Most women don't care about money. Most women don't value money because it shouldn't be about money to be with anybody, okay?
Right.
But it becomes about money when you want to be the king, you want to be this, and you completely neglecting your own house. Do you think that these men deserve all that you're saying? Because a lot of men today are not living like they don't deserve king treatment.
No, I absolutely agree. Let me tell you something. All men ain't kings and all women ain't queens. Let's just be honest.
Facts.
They're just not. But when I'm talking in the broader sense, in relationships, I'm talking about men who actually take care of their business, who actually take care of their business. Me, I don't understand the concept of one man, one woman. To me, it just makes no damn sense. I'm not built that way, and I don't lie about my relationship. You know, my woman that I have in my house right now, she knows who I am. Even after she got pregnant, she asked me, "Am I going to change?" I said, "Listen, you knew the rules coming in. I didn't lie to you then. I'm not going to lie to you now. I don't bring nothing home because I have a second apartment that I have. I take care. So my other girl, this is where we meet over here in my other apartment. So I don't, so I'm talking about men who take care of their shit, men who take care of their business. I'm not talking about the pookie, all right? Because, and a lot of times those pookies was raised by what? Single women.
Oh, well, let's not bash single women because there's various reasons why a woman could be single.
True. I'm not bashing single women, but
there's abusive relationships, there's deaths, there's all sorts of reasons why a person can end up single.
Absolutely. But if you look at the statistics, a lot of kids that are being raised in these households that are out here doing this crazy stuff in America are raised in a single family household. And you got crazy people making babies with crazy people. Now listen, I'm not blaming the woman because every man, if you make a baby, you need to step up regardless of your relationship with the woman. But if you got one kid, I give everybody the mistake. You got one kid, cool. But you got 2 or 3 babies, 2 or 3 different daddies, and you ain't learned by the first one. Ain't nobody take care of their kids. I mean, come on. Now, because like they said, a woman has the choice. Like for me, I remember one time my girlfriend got pregnant. I told her to keep the kids. She didn't want to. I said, listen, just give them to me. And and you can see the child anytime you want it. She said, it's my right, it's my body. I decided she went ahead and got an abortion. Now, but men's rights are not even taken into. However, if the same woman decide I want to have a kid and the man don't want it, well, too bad for you. I'm gonna see you in child support case. You can't have both. You can't have opposing views.
But hold on. You said we can't have both. Okay, would you be okay with your woman doing half of what you do? Would it be okay if your woman, your baby's mother, Russ, now we're going to keep it all the way real.
Who's to say she
would
ain't
you be okay? Would you knowingly be okay with her doing what you do? And you know what you do. You don't even have to explain, but you know what you do.
I'll be honest. I am very double standard. I'll be honest. I am. But like I said, I told her
So you would not be okay with it.
No. But if that's what she want to do, she gonna do it anyway. I mean, as long as I don't find out, she cool. But if I find out, she be living somewhere else. Made my daughter be living at my house.
There's consequences for her doing whatever she wants.
Absolutely.
When you do the same thing. See, guys, y'all are wrong. Now, I'm not saying women should go out there and do that.
She came into the relationship knowing this. And I asked her at the beginning of the relationship.
But she's accepting that. She's accepted that for the benefits.
Right. But now you can't change the story in the middle in mid play. You just can't do it. But now if you want something different, and I told her, listen, there is no ball and chain connected to my lady. No ball and chain. She can leave anytime she wants. Anytime she wants, she can absolutely leave. The only thing I told her, she can't take my daughter nowhere. But anytime she wants, she can leave. I'll even help set her up. I will help set her up. I will give her a stipend every month. So listen, there's no ball and chain. She can leave anytime she wants. Anytime she wants.
Wow.
I did not steal her options. I told her who I was, how I dated. This is me at the beginning of the relationship, not in the middle, not I got caught cheating. No, I told you exactly who I am at the beginning of the relationship. I don't lie to women.
So
I don't have
true. Women, y'all put so much emotional baggages on us, okay? And this is the thing, the Western women with social media and everything, it has taught them, look, you know what? You doing that, then guess what? Now, I'm not saying that I agree with this, okay? These are solely opinions and us having entertaining conversations, okay?
Right. But Miss Marie.
But what I'm saying is,
I'm not talking about two people coming into a relationship. Listen, if me and you were dating, and I said, Miss Marie,
okay,
I believe in exclusivity. I'm gonna be you're the only woman I'll be sleep with. You the only woman I love. Be like, okay, this is where you tell me you're coming from. I did not steal your choices or your options. Now, if I come to you and say, Miss Marie, I really dig you. You're gonna be my queen. You're gonna be my number one. But let me tell you, I'm a polygamist. I believe in having more than one woman. If I'm coming to you and being honest, I'm not stealing your choices. I'm not lying to you. I'm leaving it up to you whether you want to deal with it or you don't. And I respect your decision no matter which way you say.
Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna say, yeah, I want to deal with it. But since you talking, I'm gonna just leave it at that. But in the back of my mind, some women, I'm gonna do what I do too.
Well, see, one of us lied and one of us didn't.
The reality is, most men, you all cannot accept what a lot of men give to a woman. A
Hmm.
man cannot accept it. And I have a lot of men in my family, okay? So
Hmm.
I understand. Men have to be respected, they want to feel like they are the ones in charge of, their territory. But a lot of women, we want that same thing too in return.
Absolutely.
Women want
Absolutely.
that same security. They want that same assurance in
Absolutely.
relationship too within the home.
And there's nothing wrong with that. My lady is not voiceless. She's not voiceless. She has to say what goes on in the house.
Hmm.
She said, "Listen, I don't like this. Take this shit out of here." And guess what I did? I took this shit out of the house. What else do you want?
Hmm.
She replaced pictures. I said, "It's yours. The house is yours." She did. She's not voiceless.
Hmm.
She's not like, "Oh, and what do you want? And what do you want?" No, she ain't that type of woman. But at the same time, I am the head of my household. At the same time, I will listen to her. I will ask her opinion, but I'm gonna get the last word. Absolutely, because we in my household is set up in that traditional that household. I take care of you. I take care of my child. I even take care of your mother. So I
Hmm.
absolutely demand respect. But you know something? I really should say I don't have to demand it. Because I'm telling you, her mother is my biggest champion. I remember one time my girl was pregnant. She said something, I didn't like it, but because she's pregnant, I'm not gonna argue with a pregnant woman. It's already a lost case. But the mother straightened out.
Hmm.
The mother, like she ripped. And I'm like, dang. So um
Hmm.
good. But like I said, she's not voiceless, and I don't lie to her. If even she's called me and I was with somebody else, she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm busy. Do you want to know?" She says, "No." She hung up the phone because she already knew the deal. But I don't walk around lying. I'm a grown. When I say I'm a grown man, I'm a grown ass man.
Hmm. All right,
Right?
let's go out. Uh-huh. Your Maya Denter says absolutely due to infidelity and men risk women's lives too much with infidelity through the potential for disease and the messy emotional nature of side chicks.
Agree.
Hmm. Haitian Warrior
Absolutely.
King says, you like to speak on that?
Let's bring that back up. Let's bring it back up. I'm gonna speak on it in pieces. Bring that last comment back up that you had.
Hmm.
All right, so absolutely due to infidelity, and men risk women's lives too much with for much infidelity through the potential of disease and messy emotional nature of side chicks. All right, so
Disease
um,
out here.
now this is what I'm saying. I'm not talking about a man who sleeps around. All right, that's the guy that's doing the messy stuff. And I'll only go and this is a grown show, right? I ain't gonna
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
only go raw with one woman, and that's the lady that's at the house. Now my
That's you. Keep that in mind too, Russ. That's you.
yeah, my
Because a
side
lot
chick,
of good women have lost their lives behind men being reckless.
absolutely. My
Mm-hmm.
side girl, she knows if we gonna condom up. We gonna condom up because I need to protect my household, and I'm gonna protect my household. And like I said, it's not that I'm running around with it. I honestly, I got my lady at home. I got one side chick, and like I said, every now and then I may do something else, but it's not reckless. It's never reckless.
Hmm. Haitian Warrior King says dating overseas is because you don't get no lips back here in America. Everyone chase that bag. Wow. It's pretty well. The way of life is different. John Rudy Joseph says good vibes. Eli the Great watching.
Mm.
Stallion says a lot of women are attracted to Pookie and Ray Ray. The
He's correct.
reason behind it, in my opinion, is because they are narcissists. Mm,
I don't
you
know about the
think
last part, but he's
that's a
that's
whole nother
the first
subject
part.
too?
Absolutely. All right.
Okay, being a narcissist. So you saying that a lot of women are attracted to men who are what we consider the Ray Rays because they want to feel in control.
Well, you got a lot of Ray Rays who are, who live that street life. You got a lot of women, and I didn't know there's a whole website devoted to chicks dating guys in jail. I don't even know what the hell that's about. Remember that? I remember this one guy that was in jail, right? This Harris, right? We talking generational wealth money. This Harris was attracted to the guy. He was already married. Paid for his defense to get him out of jail. Once he got out of jail, he divorced his wife. He married her, and then you start seeing him doing cameos in different movies, or and he was a handsome dude, and then he got a little modeling career. He died off, but this is the type of stuff that women attracted. They want they want the bad boys, and a lot of those Ray Rays and Pookies are the bad boys, and that's what women want. I want that dude with them tats. I like a man to choke me a little bit. Just crazy shit. And if that's what you like, listen, who am I to discourage you? I say take it on. But that is one of the reasons I do not date within the American culture. To me, it's too toxic, too toxic, too toxic, too toxic.
Wow. Yamaya says he goes for weak women who allow him to disrespect both his women are at a disadvantage. Um, I
Oh,
mean, you have educated women, you are in different cultures who are raised to accept certain things. So
mhm.
it's all based on the culture. You have women in Africa that is okay for them, So I think at the beginning of everything, like you say, everyone needs to just be honest, right?
Absolutely.
And speak your truth.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, so if more people were honest about who they were, you would have less people breaking up, getting divorced, and all that other stuff. But people go come into relationships with their avatars. And so you got two avatars in a relationship as opposed to two people who genuinely trying to work on this relationship. Let me tell you something. Commitment
Mhm.
is work every day. Every time I go to bed with my lady at home, I have to commit the next day that we're gonna stay together and raise this beautiful baby girl. I have to commit the day after that we're gonna
Mhm.
stay, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that. It's commitment. And like I said, commitment without lying. I don't lie to her. And she might sometimes say, listen, the truth may be a little hard to handle sometimes. So I try to coat it down a little bit. That's why I say I'm busy. I ain't say I'm with beside girl. I just say I'm busy. And she kind of know that what that means. But there is no lying, there's no deception, there's no deceiving. When she needs me, I'm there. When my child needs me, I'm there. She said, listen, my mother's gonna be in Santiago tomorrow. I gotta go out for a few hours. I need you to take care of the baby. I ain't say nothing. I said, what time? She told me what time. I took care of my child till she got home. There was no problem. Only thing I said, make sure there's enough milk so that I can feed her without any problems. But like I said, if people stop lying to each other, that's the real truth. Let me tell you, the real weak people are the people that's sitting around here lying to each other. The man lying, the woman lying, everybody lying to each other. Ain't nobody telling the truth. Don't nobody know what the hell going on in that relationship. But I'm a
Mhm.
strong man. I tell the truth. And my lady, as far as I know, she tells the truth to me. That's strength.
Mhm. Mhm. But the thing is, you find it that a lot of people will come in and agree to something, Russ,
Hmm.
but switch it up in the middle.
Hmm. Women are
They
good.
uh, they agree to it, and we
Hmm.
find a lot of women, we go into situations and accept situations that we know
Hmm.
we shouldn't have.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when I say, I speak in general, not pointing fingers, but people put themselves in situations that they know is not a healthy situation just to get in.
Mm-hmm. But who fault is it? See, this is the thing. When a man goes into a relationship, he goes to the relationship hoping things don't change. When a woman goes to a relationship, she goes to a relationship hoping she can change the man. You can't change something that's already grown. You can't raise an adult that's already grown. If whatever his parents ain't take care of in the first 18 years, trust me, you can't do it. You can't fix it. You can't fix it unless he want to be fixed. And he made like who he is. I love who I am. You know, if a woman comes into my life, you can forget about fixing. I'm fixed already. I am good. I wake up, I'm happy. I go, I look out the window, I see the beautiful ocean. I'm good. But so many women want to go in and they either want to change something or raise a grown adult. And you can't do that.
And
Brings back
let's
what
get
I
this
said.
straight. We cannot do that. We
No,
cannot raise nobody. Men can't raise a woman, and women, we definitely cannot raise a man.
no.
And
And
I
that's
think everything is levels. Men mature slower than women.
true.
And in order for a man to change, he has to understand that either whatever he's doing is not working, he
Mhm.
has to take the initiative on his own.
Absolutely. Could not agree.
Mhm. Any last words tonight on let's get this straight? A message for the ladies. Any last words from you, Taylor?
I would say, ladies, try to find somebody who's honest about who he is, and you be honest about who you are. Let me tell you something.
Mhm.
There's somebody out there for everybody. But
Facts.
if I like peaches, why am I looking over here where the apples are located? I need to be looking over here where the peaches are located. Don't try to raise something that's already grown. It don't work. It does not work. And like and so I wish the ladies well. And like I said, I not only support men getting a passport and explore their options, I support women getting a passport and exploring their options as well. Peace and love, ladies.
Well, thank you so very much for joining me live, and of course, we'll be back to do this again. You have a
Thank
blessed night, Russ. Thank
you.
you.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. So, you all, I just want to thank you all so much for joining me. This is different. It's my first time live here. And I will be live for sure next Thursday. And I will let you all know. Please share this channel with other people. As you know, I'm just getting this channel started. But ladies, one of the things I want to, one of my messages, okay, is let's not accept things that we know is not acceptable, okay? Because the minute we go into any relationship accepting something, okay, and we go in thinking that it's going to change, we go in thinking we can change someone. Let's stop doing that, okay? If you have any doubts, maybe you want to step back and take your time, okay? But don't go in any sort of relationship thinking that you can change anybody. And when somebody tell you who they are, when somebody show you who they are, and I'm believe them, okay? So until next time, I'll definitely see you all next week, next Thursday, same time, different subject. Thank you all so very much. You all have a blessed night. Thank you all. Be kind to one another. Tell somebody you love them. Give somebody a hug. Put a smile on somebody's face, you all. Have a blessed one. Good night, you all.